Hey folks, welcome back to Hot Tub Beer Review. Today we are going to Albuquerque, New Mexico and visiting Bow and Arrow Brewing for their Scenic West Hazy IPA.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer we are drinking and reviewing. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell, as well as check us out on social media. Links are below in the description. I've got Andy in the attic. I've got Jay. Gentlemen, what are we going to be reviewing today?
Today we are going to Albuquerque, New Mexico and visiting Bow and Arrow Brewing for their Scenic West Hazy IPA. So I say let's crack it and get drinking.
Let's do it. I can't tell you how excited I am after all the German beers to be getting back to the IPAs.
You and me both, man.
Well, I'll tell you a few things, and then Jay, you're going to have to give the rest because there was not enough information. It's founded as a microbrewery, founded in 2016. Again, it's in Albuquerque. This has...
Cheers, mate.
Smells good.
Very hazy.
Cheers, mates.
I think I technically forgot to say cheers, mates. So cheers, mates.
It's a hop forward beer with 4 types of hops: El Dorado, Simcoe, Citra, and Mosaic. 6.5 IBU. 6.5% ABV. IBUs, I don't know, because Untapped said it was 0. You know.
Yeah, it's got some bitterness to it. It might be one that they haven't quite.
And, you know, it's really good, but maybe they did drop the bitter. I don't know, but it said 0 IBU. But I think Untapped does that when they don't have the necessary information. So, what do you know about this place, Jay?
So it's a neat brewery. I've been there a couple times when I visited Albuquerque. But it's like you had mentioned, owned by Native American women. One kind of trivia nugget: every time I've been in there, they have these unique bathroom lights. There's the flickering light in the men's bathroom, and supposedly one of my buddies who says that he's been going there for several years, it's always flickering, so like it's never gone out. But they're they're known for several of their IPAs and sours and things like that. So you like the hop forward on this one, Ben?
You know, it's with the hazy, it's not bad. I like a hazy IPA, and as I often say, the thing for me is if it's balanced and it's not too crazy hazy, or it's not too, I can't think of anything that rhymes with bitter, but if it's not too bitter.
Why does it have to rhyme?
Well, I made, crazy and hazy rhyme, so I felt like, it was just the pressure was on to make it bitter.
I will say I had this one when I was there on draft, and that freshness when you're there, it makes a big difference. I can tell from memory a difference in the way that this tastes on draft versus being canned.
I might have missed it. Did we know what kind of fruit that they were using for this one potentially?
I just mentioned the hops.
The 4
Didn't
hops.
mention any fruit.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess maybe they aren't using any fruit, but it has a different taste for me than some of the other hazies. It's not like citrus necessarily. It had a little bit of a grapefruit maybe on the front end. The first couple sips, but I got past some of that bitter. I don't know. It's something. I guess it's not. I guess if they aren't advertising it, maybe it's not in there, and maybe I'm making it up.
I think it's just the blend of hops doing that.
Could be. Could be. All right. Are we ready to go around and rate this one?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
All right. I assume that, Jay, you've had this one before.
You assume he mentioned it. He said he had it.
I'm gonna,
It's all sorts of frazzled
I'm
today.
just out of it today. Andy, I'm going to assume that you haven't had it unless you said so already, and I missed it.
Yeah, maybe your machine froze up for a little bit there. No,
Yeah.
I have not had this.
Yeah, I have not had it either. I'm going to go ahead and go first and get this over with. I think it's fine for a hazy IPA. It's not, like I said before, it's got a balance to it that's nice. There's still some flavor there that I just cannot put my finger on, and maybe it's just a hop I'm not real familiar with, but it almost is like in between a grapefruit and a mango for me. It's just something there. It's a little bit of sweet, but also a little bit of that bitterness you get with a grapefruit. But it's still good and very drinkable. So I'm going to go with a 7 on this one. If you've watched the show at all, you know that I'm probably the least likely to grab an IPA from the three of us. But doesn't mean I don't like to try ones I haven't had. So Jay, I appreciate you grabbing this one.
Yeah, well, that's a big rating from you.
Maybe
Good. I find it to be very refreshing. Is it good? I think the blend of those hops, those 4 hops, and keeps that juicy feel to it that a hazy should. It's just refreshing. It's great, and I missed us doing IPAs for so long. So it was nice to get something a little different. I'm going to give this an 8.0. Very good job.
Awesome. Yeah, I tend to agree with you, Andy. I mean, it's very refreshing. It's one that I tried. I think either a flight or two the last time I was there, when I was trying to pick out what for us to bring back. This was the best of the best that I had that day. Not to say that their other beers weren't great, but some weren't in cans, and some were not as good as this. I do agree with you, Ben. I mean, it's got I think I had even put down on Untapped, it has that grapefruity flavor to it. And I've always really enjoyed those. I mean, I was a fan of the grapefruit sculpin that you get from like a Ballast or some of any of the citrus IPAs. They've always been kind of my gateway in. So I agree with you, Andy. This is an 8.0 all day for me.
All right, everybody. That is going to give us a 7.7 for the Scenic West Hazy IPA. Definitely one. If you find the can, I mean, this is a really interesting can too. I really like it. Just the different colors and what it kind of, I guess, represents here. But if you can find it, you definitely should give it a try. If you like IPAs, if you like hazies, even if you don't really tend to gravitate towards those, it's definitely still a good one to try because it hits you with some flavors that, at least I would say, maybe we don't see on a lot of the hazies that we see. But with that being said, be sure to like, subscribe, and share that notification bell, and check us out on social media as well. We would definitely appreciate both of those. For Andy in the attic and Jay, I am Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.